This is my partner Wade, and he is making the case that he is the #1 pickleball banger in the world. Pickleball bangers can be very polarizing. Sometimes people just love to be a banger. They just refuse to dink. They're only going to drive. They're only going to speed up. They're only going to counter hard. On the flip side, people will also complain about bangers all the time. Oh my gosh, it's not in the spirit of pickleball. Can we just dink? Can we play some kitchen points? All that being said, you cannot deny if you are very effective at banging in pickleball, those skills can get you very far. And Wade is an animal. This match is the most I've ever seen him just lean into the banging and absolutely dominate. This is the quarterfinals of the PPA Challenger that we played together. And we're playing against 2 5'8" rated players. So it's strong competition, and the winners get one step closer to getting a wild card into a main draw at a PPA event. Wade starts this match super hot with some incredible drives and a very nice backhand speed up. But it's funny. I feel like the better his drives are, the worse his dink gets. Like, it's just this funny pattern where if his drive is really producing, he's like so foreign to the idea of kitchen play that he's like, oh, I haven't done that in like 12 points, so I don't know what it is. And his dinks get a little worse. But hey, if you're driving and crashing 12 points in a row, I think you have a pretty good chance at winning the match. And if you're hitting Ernie's on your own drop and then Ernie crashing the 5th, like, that's just crazy. Speaking of Ernie's, if you want to maximize your athleticism on the court, I would highly recommend Victory insoles. I absolutely love these things because they really do feel like the most supportive insoles that I've ever tried, and it's because they're a premium quality product. And yes, it is a premium price, but the discount link in my description of this video will get you 20% off. These insoles have carbon fiber base plates, and they also just return energy to your foot, so they keep you moving efficiently through the court. And of course, they are today's sponsors, so big shout out to them because they obviously helped me tremendously in my journey as a content creator and as a pickleball player. Back to the match. I mean, it's pretty rare that I will include literally every single point of a match in one of these videos, but I just wanted to show how crazy it is that I'm barely touching the ball. Like, Wade is single-handedly taking the paddle out of everyone's hands except for his and winning this match for us. Like, at 7-1-1, our opponents finally take a timeout, and I don't know if there's much they can say except just sprint to the kitchen line and pray that Wade doesn't hit an incredible drive. So also just keep in mind, like, Wade's not just hitting drives, he's also like doing the classic hitting a drop to set up his drive, or hidden drives in a bunch of different spots. So it's just, he's so on that he can hit basically every spot and you don't know where to cover. So yeah, I mean, there's not as much instruction as there is maybe inspiration during this video to work on your drive and your drops. It changes the equation of a pickleball match significantly. If you win more points in transition, whether that's from the drive or from the poach, you are going to be able to win just 50% of the kitchen points, or even less, and still win the match. I like to call points won in transition a slugging percentage, and one way to increase that slugging percentage is to hit your serves bigger or deeper. I mean, obviously, Wade was just so insane that it almost didn't matter where we served, but in general, you can see that most of the serves that produced free points were from, when we're pulling people off the court or going deep. So just keep that in mind when you are looking to get more points in transition. Here, this is crazy. The first 3 serves of game 2, our opponents missed every single return. And at this point, yes, Wade is hitting great serves, but I don't know if it's purely physical as much as it is like a mental battle too, because it's hard. When you are getting blitzed by someone's drive, it can be very difficult to climb out of that hole and break their rhythm. You gotta try anything, whether it's returning somewhere different or hitting a different return speed or height. Like, obviously the timeout is objective is like the mechanic number 1, but after that, like if you're still losing points off the drive, like here, it's just tough. It's tough to figure out and how to slow down an opponent who is just on fire. And one more thing about the slugging percentage, like that's literally how many points are won off the drive or from crashing. That divided by the total number of third shots is like the slugging percentage. And that's something that Wade and I try to win basically every match that we play. And yeah, I mean, this is like big thing, even in mixed doubles. Like Ali and I were struggling last year because we were losing the transition game. We were losing that slugging percentage significantly. So even though we won most of the kitchen points in most of our pro matchups, we would just get wrecked in transition. And that's why like it's such an important phase to master. And I truly do believe the more I play, the more I realize that transition game, the transition skill set, is probably the biggest gap between a 5-0 and a 6-0 and then 6-0 and beyond. So in your next tournament game or even rec games, just try and think about like who's getting to the kitchen more often, who's winning more points on their way to the kitchen, and just see where you stack up compared to your peers with those skills. The game is only getting faster, which means that there will be more of these types of shots where people are just driving or speeding up and attacking early. And one way to deal with some of those speed ups is to get out of the way, just like that one. It always feels good to dodge an out ball, especially like that one. Just another note, when your partner has good third shots, whether they're drives or drops, you want to be putting pressure in by the kitchen. Like here, I am hunting for the poach. If they want to go extreme angle, it's really hard to get it in, but also the next shot would go right back to Wade. So it's really just a win-win situation for us. Either I get the poach or Wade's hitting another, third shot, fifth shot, seventh shot. We're actually kind of laughing this footfall off because that's Wade's second footfall of the day, and he had just been boasting about how he's never been called for a footfall in a tournament. But unfortunately for him, it was the first time for everything, and yeah, it's all good. He knows that usually I can hit that and be totally fine. At the same time, we do have a rule because we're lefty-righty. Both of our forehands are in the middle. We usually just say, hey, whoever's got the hot hand takes the middle. So if someone initiates and, there's a pop-up, like, go and get that next shot. If it's a fourth shot where someone's been attacking, like, we try to let that person keep attacking because they're the ones dictating, they're the ones in control. Let them finish it unless they choose not to. Then we will communicate to each other and tell the other person to go. Wade is still serving bombs, and I'll let you finish the rest of the match without my voice interrupting your experience, so enjoy these last few points. All right, I'm interjecting a little early, but being able to hit that flick up the line is something that I've been working on. I typically go cross court or through the middle, so being able to go up the line is also really important. And yes, I know, again, Wade's doing most of the work, but hey, I hit the right hip, and I'll take that as a win. Here we go. Wade finishes off with a drive, and we're good to go. Wade and I ended up winning the semifinals as well, but since we lost to signed players in the finals, they gave us the wild card, so you'll be seeing us in the main draw of the PPA Lakeland Open in November. One last thing, check out Wade's slugging percentage, 64%. I mean, I had 50%, but that doesn't really count because I didn't have many data points, but this is crazy. Just elite banging.